Hey there, here's a rough compacted guide for WvW engages on Herald. Firstly, pre-fight basics. Before the start of every engage, you'll be wanting to run at least 3 of your dragon facets before combat. Preferably, Facet of Elements, Facet of Strength, and Facet of Darkness. There are 2 reasons to why. Firstly, you'll be giving yourself, and your party, Might, Fury, and Swiftness. Secondly, you'll gain 3% damage per active facet, thanks to the Forceful Persistence trait. Your opening rotation should look like the following: Coalescence of Ruin, Elemental Blast, Dwarf Stance, Inspiring Reinforcements, Vengeful Hammers, and then Phase Smash. Keep in mind that this is for an optimal opener and not every situation will be perfect. Depending on the situation, you'll have 2 options for what to do next. Optimally, in a situation where you're in no pressure of damage, you will want to toggle your Vengeful Hammers back off and start conserving your energy. At this point in time, toggling on and immediately consuming your Facet of Nature for extra party stability, and then in a few seconds time, casting your second Coalescence of Ruin, promptly followed by your second Inspiring Reinforcements. In a situation where you're under pressure, you may want to leave your Vengeful Hammers running to maintain its 20% global damage reduction. Timing your opening abilities correctly is one of the most important parts of your opener on Herald. Whilst running towards your target, you'll want to line up your COR so that the back half is lined up on them. This way, when you move further forward, especially on OCX or C-Ping, you'll more likely land the opening bomb with less risk of missing any skills. If you're too far back, you're more likely to whiff important damaging abilities, and if you're too far forward, you're more likely to end up in a situation where you have to pause your movement or miss skills entirely. For the rest of your rotation following COR, your APM can slightly be a factor. The faster you can land these skills back to back, the cleaner your engage will land and the more damage you can deal on a short burst window. Once you've got the opener down, there's a few more things that you can be mindful of with your Herald. Firstly, your offset weapon, Dual Swords, can be used extremely powerfully if used in the right scenario, but used incorrectly can result in a major DPS loss, as your hammer still provides much more sustained damage and burst damage. The paired swords are most effectively used to cleave out multiple low HP targets, around 20% or less, or a pile of down targets when the fight is on its last legs. Any earlier and it's a waste of DPS. Deathstrike, your Sword 5, can also be used quickly to remove a majority of HP from a primary target. Vengeful Hammers, when toggled on, is a 20% damage reduction as previously mentioned, but it's also a 13% damage increase, so having this ability toggled on for damaging skills such as COR can be a substantial DPS boost. However, just be wary of its energy cost, as using it too much can leave you stranded with no energy to cast your skills. Facet of Nature, your F2, is normally just consumed after your opening 5-button wombo combo, but it can be used a little bit more optimally once you're comfortable with the opener. To do so, just before you enter combat with COR on the target, you'll want to toggle this on and leave it running until it's consumed in its normal point in time, just after your Phase Smash ends. Doing so will provide a flat 20% boon duration that goes above the standard green cap duration, which affects your whole party. Be wary though, as this can chew for your energy quite quickly. Finally, the Brutality trait is probably the single strongest and best reason to bring a Herald. While you're affected by quickness, your strikes remove stability. The way this properly functions is, for every target hit by the Herald, whilst they are affected by quickness, you will remove 1 stability stack per second per target. So, for example, if you were to hit 25 people with your Inspiring Reinforcements, you could theoretically remove a total of 25 stability. This works on every single attack that you have access to and can proc every single second. With that in mind, be wary to not use large AoE abilities on single targets, as you'll just be wasting access to powerful stability removal. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me in game, otherwise have a nice day.